Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our technical English lesson for grade 11. Our topic today is Definitions 1 on page 40 of the course book. We have 3 objectives in this lesson. Number 1, complete 4 sentences using relative pronouns who, which, or that after listening to 4 inventors. Number 2, identify what relative pronouns who, which, and that refer to. And the last one is use defining relative clauses with which, that, who to form definitions. Before we start, let's take a look at some words. Let's start with the topic. What is a definition? A definition is a phrase or sentence that says exactly what a word, phrase, or idea means. For example, a building is a structure with a roof and walls, such as a house or factory. This is the definition of a building. It is what a building means. Our next word is invent. Then inventor and entrepreneur. Invent. Do you know this man? His name is Alexander Graham Bell. He invented the first practical telephone in 1876. So, to invent means to design or make something new. He is an inventor because he invents new things. So, an inventor is someone who designs or makes something new. Our last word is entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who starts their own business, especially when this involves risks. Good. Now open your course books to page 40. Look at this picture. It shows 5 business experts who are taking part in British TV program called Dragon's Den. In this program, inventors and entrepreneurs try to persuade the business experts to help them to invest their money in their business idea. They present their business idea to the experts who decide whether or not to invest their money in the invention and how much money they want to invest in it. On the right here is an advert and some ideas from previous programs. Pause the video, read the advert and the 4 ideas. Which ideas do you think were successful? What do you think? Actually, all the 4 ideas were successful in the TV show, The Dragon's Den. Now, let's move on to task 2 on the same page. It's listening activity. The 4 inventors in one are making their opening statements. Listen and complete the sentences with which, who, or that. That is, you're going to listen to the 4 inventors from one making their opening statements about their inventions in the program. But before we listen, I want you to pause the video, read the statements, and try to complete them with which, who, or that. Now let's listen and check your answers.
Bit 5. Recording 15. 1.
So tell me all about your invention. What does it do?
My invention is an electronic device which can boil eggs without using water.
2.
So, tell me about your invention. What is it? What's it for?
Lifeguard is an alarm system that can find someone who's fallen off a boat.
3.
So, let's hear about your invention. What is it, and what's its purpose?
This is a music website which allows you to download and mix dance music.
4.
So, why don't you tell me about your invention? What exactly is it for?
It's a seatbelt adjuster that protects children in car booster seats.
Great. Now you've listened. Check your answer. All right. Let's check the answers together. Great. Now let's take a closer look at one of the opening statements. My invention is an electronic device which can boil eggs without using water. Which can boil eggs without water is a clause that gives vital information about the device. It begins with which is a relative pronoun. The clause is called defining relative clause. Defining relative clauses are often used in definitions. Now, let's see how defining relative clauses are used in definitions. First, let's go back to the listening task and take a look at the relative pronouns. We have which, that, and who. Which is used with things, who is used with people, and that can replace which or who. Now let's write a definition. A definition for a thermometer. We start with a thermometer is an instrument which measures temperature. Now, a thermometer is That is the word we are defining. And is verb to be, which can either be is or are. Is for singular and are is for plural. And instrument is type. That is, it is a generic noun, the category, the thing we are defining belongs to. And finally, we have the defining relative clause. And this contains relative pronoun and the function of the thing. Now, let's round up the lesson by looking at some more definitions. Remember, the structure is word, verb to be, type, and the defining relative clause, which contains the relative pronoun and the function of the thing you're defining. So here are some examples in a tabular form. Word, verb to be, the type noun, and the defining relative clause. MOB here means man overboard. It's an alarm system that sends signal if a crew member falls into water. Study the examples and try to write your own definitions. This is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.